Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you how to configure wireless LAN controller on EVE-NG. So this is my EVE-NG machine which is power on and getting the IP address from DHCP server. I'll grab this IP address and get it logged into the portal. So here's the machine. I have created one new lab here and let's validate either we have the wireless controller configured. So if you can see here, the controller is not yet configured. So let's go and get it configured. So very first step that we need to copy the image file from and the image need to be copied to the EVE-NG. So which image is required? So let's get it copied. So Cisco, it's a software.cisco.com. It's a URL from where we can download the image. For downloading, EVE-NG recommendation is that we can go for 8.3, 8.5, 8.6 and 8.7 version of image. So this is the higher version which we can select it. Out of those, only the ISO image will work. So this image is only work for EVE-NG platform. So we need to get it download first and then start doing it. So I already have downloaded this image. If you can see here on my download folder, it is already in the download folder. MFG CTVM 87106_o.iso. So the image is there and I'll paste it in the, moved it in one of the folder which is WLC-8.7.10. Before going to get copy this image to EVE-NG, it is mandatory that we need to rename this image as per the EVE-NG guideline. So the image name should be the cd-rom.iso in EVE-NG. So once the image has been renamed, it is done, then we'll have to copy this image file as a folder to EVE-NG. So copying this image file to EVE-NG, we have to use one software that I'll go and use it as an FileZilla. I'll get it login and I'm in EVE-NG. So now the path is here. We need to choose the unit admin add-ons, and under the add-ons, one second, let me go back. It's in the root op unit add-ons chemo, and here we need to get the image copied. So on the left side we have the image already there. So let's refresh it. So this is the image. Let's drag and drop. So image copying is in progress. It may take few minutes to get the image copied. So if you can see here, the image is about to get copying. It's almost copied. So yes, it is there. Now the image has been copied here. We'll have to create a HDD file in this particular folder so that the image will get it compatible over here and get it run. So let's go to the EVE-NG, log into EVE-NG now and choose the same path where the image have been copied and BW and then press enter. So here we need to paste one special command which help us to create EVE-NG HDD file, and the size of this file is 8 GB. If you can see it, the last bit, it's 8 GB file. Let's press enter. So the file has been created now, right? Now we have to go back to our web topology, EVE-NG topology, which is yes, and now we have to right click and select the wireless LAN controller, which is highlighted now. Select it. By default, wireless LAN controller required 1 CPU and 2 GB of memory. So leave as it is default and click save. Now the wireless controller is there. We can right click, power it on. As we can see, the wireless controller has been started. We have to click here and trying to get the console. This console is taking some time to get it on and show some progress. So be patient till the time until we get the progress. The wireless controller is going to get reboot. It's taking some more time to get it on. Let's show some messages like this, and now we have to go back to the topology and stop the wireless controller. Now we can see the wireless controller has been stopped and the window has been gone. Let's go to the lab and click on the lab detail and copy this ID file, ID name, which is a wireless controller ID. So let's get it copied and open the EVE-NG console window. Here it is, and now we have to create a bootable image file, right, and save the changes. So what we need to do is we have to run this one command, unit lab temp 0, and then paste our ID which we have copied from the lab, /1 /1/ press enter. Now we are in. Now we have to commit the changes, whatever the changes we have done it. To okay. Let's wait for the changes to be saved in the EVE-NG. Once it has been done, we'll have to go back and check and fix the configuration to the EVE-NG, which is a mandate requirement that after doing any of the modification in EVE-NG, we have to commit and fix the permission. So now the image file has been saved, right? Now we have to go to the particular directory where we have copied the image file. Press enter and we can see here. So now here we have the two files, one which we have copied and second one which we have created for 8 Gbps of file, right? So now we have to delete this file which we have downloaded, which is cd-rom.iso file, because we already have created and fixed the image file for us. So let's delete. rm is a command for removing a file. Which file we need to delete? ISO. Press enter. The file has been deleted immediately. Let's validate. So there is no file. Let's fix the permission. Unit lab wrapper unl wrapper wrapper -a fix permissions. We'll press enter, and whatever the changes we have done, now we have fixed it in EVE-NG portal. So let's go back to the topology and start the router wireless controller once again, and this time we'll try to get console access, and it's immediately came up. It's not taking long time as it was previously. So if you can see here, immediately it is coming back and start going to reboot. Now it's taking its own time to get the wireless controller reboot, and once it is done, it is prompting us to do the initial configuration. So let's get it rebooted. So the software is going to get reboot. If you can follow the screen, the software is going to reboot with the same image which we have downloaded. It's a normal wireless controller reboot process, and it seems to be good. All the services are going to get rebooted and perfectly it is fine. So let's wait for the initial prompt to become. Come on. Okay, that's great. So now it is asking, would you like to terminate auto installation process? If we press enter, then the auto installation process has been terminated, and it is asking us to do the initial configuration manually. So very first line, it is asking what could be the system name. So let's give this name WLC01. Who will be the user? We said admin will be the user, and the password will be, which is going to log in after the wireless controller to be up. So now the interface IP address configuration will be static or dynamic. So we'll have to mention and give some IP address, give the mask for service interface, management interface IP address, management interface subnet mask, and management interface default gateway. Once it is done, we have to specify which VLAN, either trunk or not trunk. Management interface port will be the 1 number port, and DHCP server IP address is the same for my default gateway. Virtual gateway IP address, that can be anything initially. Later on we have the option to get it changed. WLC RF01. SSID is demo. Enter. Configure DHCP binding. No. Static IP. Radio server IP. If you want to give, you can specify, otherwise leave it default. Country code, we have to specify in which country we are going to do it, which interface you want to enable or disable. If we have some of the specific requirement, then do the necessary configuration, otherwise leave as it is. So the NTP server is the same for my default gateway. Polling interval will be minimum. IP6 configuration, I don't want to do it. Press enter. Everything is correct. I said yes, it is correct. Save and get it reboot. So now the configuration has been saved. You can see the screen, and controller is going to get a reboot for the finally. It takes again the same amount of time which it has been taken previously. Once it has been reboot, it shows us a login prompt at that time, and now we have to provide the same username and password which we configured it during the initial setup. Looks like services are on, so let's wait. Okay, it is booting up. Okay, yes, started. Okay, so now if you can see here on the screen, starting web services, CLI, secure, okay, SSH, okay, and Cisco controller, and now it is asking to give the username. So we have to give the same username which we have configured during the initial setup and the same password. Now we are in show sysinfo just to validate which operating system is running, what is the uptime for this controller, right? Even though we can see what is the access point, how many access points are registered, and what is the show SSID, show APSS, show SSID summary. I guess this is a command, no, but anyway, this is the controller which is configured now. Show boot, yes. So we have the controller which is booted up with the latest image which we have copied. It's a default and active image. So that's all for the wireless controller to be up. Thank you very much.